What is up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be reviewing Garmin's launch monitor, the G80. The G80 actually has two functions. It's a GPS, and if you have come here for the GPS sort of functionality to see how it works compared to a rangefinder, don't worry, subscribe. That video will be coming soon, so just make sure you hit the notification bell and just keep an eye out for that video. But today we're going to be talking about solely how it works as a launch monitor. The G80 is coming in between £350 and £450 depending on which site you go to. Obviously if you go to the Garmin site, it's going to try and charge you a fortune. There are other sites, like I purchased mine for about £350, I think, maybe a little bit more on completegolfer.com, so it depends how you want to go about it. There are finance options out there if you're interested in that as well. Now, you've got to understand that compared to other things like TrackMan, SkyTrack and GC Quad, you're saving the best part of £2 grand, maybe even more, especially more if you're thinking about buying a GC Quad. And I know for myself, I don't have 20 grand lying around to go and buy one of those. How I'm going to review it, we're going to do it from a solely like a financial standpoint, because obviously it's always good to want to compare it to the best of the best, but it's like trying to compare my Corsa to a Ferrari. You know, it's just no comparison. It's just no point even trying a comparison. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the G80 from a standpoint of view of a launch monitor has three different functionalities: warm-up, target practice and virtual rounds. They all use the same data but allow the player to use them in different ways. I'm going to go into more detail for each one and explain what it does and how it works and everything. Okay, so my personal favourite part is the virtual rounds. The virtual rounds allows you to select a course or any tournament that anyone set up. So if you do have friends somewhere else, I don't know exactly how well it works, but I presume you could enter a tournament and play against them. I'm not exactly 100%, so you have to look that up if you are interested. So it allows you to select a course, and you can choose whether you want 1 or 2 players. In my personal opinion, it would have been nice to have 3 or 4 players. Understandably, you know, it might get a bit complicated, but for my household, there's potential 3 golfers at any time. It's a little bit frustrating if somebody has to sit out or anything. And that's pretty much the top and bottom of it. I do think that maybe 3 or 4 people might have been nice to be able to play, but from that point of view, it allows you to select any course. It'll tell you what tees you're allowed to select off, and then you basically hit and go, and it will try its hardest to figure out where you are. The thing with the virtual rounders and the whole GPS as a whole, it doesn't do dispersion, so you are always hitting the ball straight. Now, the thing you have to consider is that if there is a bunker at 200 yards and you're going to hit a tee shot, you are going to go into that bunker and it will know you've gone in the bunker. It's quite clever like that. But then again, if you think, right, I've got a 180 yard club, I'll use that. So it's also a combination of you knowing that my slice is not going to get past, or I'm not aiming left enough to not go near the bunker. I'm going to go straight in that bunker. So it's just sort of, you know, a combination of it being clever and then you as the player thinking, right, I need to adapt because I am actually hitting every shot straight, which, if we're being honest, no one's going to complain about. Okay, so now we've talked about virtual rounds. What's the best way to get ready for a virtual round? It is the warm-up mode on the G80. I think it's sort of mislabeled, but it's just sort of like to keep the presentation. It's all in a nice linear sort of style. If you ended up making buttons that are too chunky down, it sort of puts the theme off a bit, so I can understand why they've done it, but I do think that like a driving range or something like that is a bit more suitable. If you go into the driving range functionality, it allows you to get estimated carry on roll. I can't promise you it's going to be bang on every time. It's going to be between 5 to 3 yards wrong, if anything. But for me, I'm more looking at clubhead speed, ball speed, smash. I don't really pay attention, because if your ball speed or clubhead speed's wrong, your smash is going to be wrong anyway. Tempo's there as well. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really sure what it does. It's pretty much just how fast and how in sync you are when you're going up and back down. But for me, I'm mainly looking at the 2 features, clubhead speed, ball speed. For me, I can essentially see where I've hit it. So if I hit a ball heavy but my clubhead speed is still up, it means that I've made an alright swing, and you know, I've just caught it fat, caught it thin, maybe hit the shank or hit the toe, you know, then I know obviously I can change and adapt from there. But the estimated carry obviously is nice, and it enables you to go to the driving range and have some sort of warming up, you know, and it's something different, isn't it? You know, I'm in my garden, and it enables me to sort of practice. The only thing you want to not do whilst on this mode is you don't want to pure a shot, or maybe you swing a little bit faster and you hit it, say 20 yards more further than you've normally hit it. I've had that situation. You get 170 on that with your 7-iron. I'm thinking, blood, I'm a pro, guys. No, the one thing you want to do is not chase the numbers. You don't want to try and be swinging harder, faster, just to try and get that number, because your quality strike's going to change, ball speed's going to go down. That's the one thing I say, don't try and chase the numbers. Don't try and get your clubhead speed to 300 miles an hour just because you think, you know, you're a tour pro. Okay, so that's basically the warm-up feature, or the driving range, as I like to think of it as. Okay, so the last feature on it is the target practice. The target practice is sort of like what I would do in between of starting a virtual round and warming up. It's sort of like the FSX skills challenge, but a bit more basic. So you can pick your numbers. So I normally do this for like my wedges, just to try and, you know, get some practice on your short game. So it enables you to pick any distance. It doesn't have to just be, you know, it does 50 to 300. You can go 350 if you want. I can't hit it that far, so I'm not going to. 275, I'm never getting there. So I usually use it between 50 and 100. I select the 3 tiles, and there's also an ability to create custom ones. So you can go for that 85-yard shot, which I usually quite like. It's nice to be able to test yourself, and if you have a number in mind that you want to get before, you know, you pack up and go inside or anything like that, you can take it to the range and do the same thing. If you're thinking, right, I need my wedge game to be on point, you can do that. So overall, guys, if you are looking for a budget piece of tech that's going to try and help you hone and improve your game, I definitely recommend it. Number one, it's got the GPS functionality. For me, it might actually speed me up on the golf course, because anyone I play with knows I am slow. I don't know how far away I am from the pin unless I see that 150 yellow marker in the ground. I'm like, right, I could be 140, lads. I got to get the rangefinder out. But in all seriousness, it allows me to come out here, have structured practice. So for that, I love it. And if you guys are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm going to try and produce as much content as I can whilst we're out here. You know, the only thing I'm trying to still understand is how I can do sort of like any form of course vlog, or the one thing I want to try and do is like a skills challenge where I do the practice mode and do every single sort of tile and try and get the best score I can, and then challenge any of yous at home to be able to do it as well if you've got one. So that's the idea. If you've got any questions or anything you want to know, hit me up in the comment section down below. I'm always more than happy to answer. And if you do need a bit more of advice, or if you are just interested in the product and want to see something else, let me know. I don't mind doing like a separate video or something like that. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you are new around here, hit subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time.